Hello and welcome to the IBM update for July 2024, a snapshot of news and views from the IBM community for the past 4 weeks as reported by Proximity, your premier partner for IBM application support and development. Now, just last month I visited the iPower conference at the park at Radisson in Northampton, UK. This multi-streamed event included topics as diverse as security, database technology, traditional and modern development, and system administration. We kicked off the event with an update from the committee re-establishing their commitment to educating the next generation of IBMiers. Their IUG accreditation partnership with Wolverhampton University was top of the agenda. Indeed, IUG's chairman, Mike Ryan, brought on recent graduates from the programme to the stage to rapturous applause from the audience, so my congratulations to them. The entertaining and educational keynote speech was provided by Douglas Gibbs. Now, you may remember that last year, long-term IBM stalwart Alison Butterill retired. Doug is her replacement, and during his opening admitted that he had big shoes to fill. I'll let Doug take it from here.
I would like to start off with a little bit of fun. Many of you know Alison. She is a fantastic person. She is my predecessor. She is my friend, and she's been a mentor. And last year, in case you didn't know, she retired, and that's why I'm here. I have taken on the role of product management for the IBM platform. And as such, the number one comment I always hear, which is fun, is that I have big shoes to fill. And it's my responsibility and my duty as taking on this role to make it mine. I'm not Alison, I'm me. And so with that, I thought it's pretty appropriate to let you all know I have my own shoe to be filled and my own journey to take with this product and with the community.
Doug went on to provide some humorous insight into who he is and what the community can expect from him, of which consisted of him being a Canadian. Now, when I think of Canadian greats, I think of Rush, poutine, ice hockey and Niagara Falls. Doug, however, gave a different stance, stating that one of the finest things to be created in Canada is, in fact, well, again, over to you, Doug.
Putting tropical fruit on a hot pizza with bacon or ham on it. And it did originate in the province of Ontario. So I do love a good pizza with pineapple, bacon, and pepperoni.
So his presentation was a vehicle for us to get to know him, which was appropriate and appreciated by the community present. Now, I've covered the event before, and while you can get the presentations and technical details elsewhere, I thought I'd provide a little more insight to the feel of the event. First, the food was top class. A pause on my diet was more than appropriate and justified, and for those who stayed over, the gala dinner was excellent too, with again not only great food, but engaging conversation, excellent presentations, and games too, of which my table just lost out by a hair's breadth. Now, you may remember that I covered the IUG event in London in March-April. That's the edition of the IBM update. During that event, Andy Youens presented his top 3 modern programming languages for IBM and asked the audience then to vote for the language in which they'd like a free workshop at the iPower event. Well, the votes were counted, and during the event, Andy deep dived into the world of Python and provided a day's introduction on how to program in this popular language. I caught up with Andy following the event to ask him how the workshop went. So, Andy, welcome to the IBM update.
Hello there. Thanks for having me.
Great stuff. Now, I'd like to start with your choice for the top 3 development languages on IBM. Would you be so kind as to just give us the briefest outline on why you chose these 3 and what they are?
Right, certainly PHP number 1, we'll go over that one. Node.js, and good old Python. So PHP, very popular. Been available on the IBM I now for over 20 years. Over 20 years. So yeah, very, very popular. 75% of the world's websites run PHP with WordPress. So it still is very, very popular. Node.js I found was a bit of a heavyweight. It really took some learning from me. So the way it goes, yeah, it can be difficult.
Yeah.
But Python, very, very popular. It's popular with the colleges. It's, been available now on the IBM I for about 8 years. So it's easy to pick up. It's easy for RPG programmers. My grandkids love it, 11 years old, and they love Python. So, it fits everybody really. It's not a great learning curve to it. I mean, just by reading it out, you can have a jolly good guess at what it's doing. So, yeah, very, very powerful. Yeah, do like Python at the moment.
Okay.
That might change in a couple of weeks, who knows?
Who knows, yes. But it does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives a good bite.
Yeah, it certainly does, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, based upon your talk on the top 3 at the IOG event in London in March, you asked the community to choose one for your workshop in August, and they voted in their droves and chose Python. Why do you think this is?
Thankfully, they didn't pick Java or something like that.
Yeah.
I put those 3 on the table because they were the ones I knew I'd be quite happy giving a workshop in any of those. Whereas Java, I'm not an expert at it, not by a long way, so I couldn't stand up in front of a class all day trying to, spiel about Java. So I was quite happy whichever one they chose, but I wasn't surprised it was Python really. As I said, easy to pick up. It's a current buzzword.
What do you think makes Python a good fit for development on IBM I?
It can be very, very simple, or it can get very, very complicated. It's got a big bandwidth, whatever you want to do with it. It can do the same as, say, a CL program can quite happily. And it can do the same as an RPG program. They've both got their places, don't get me wrong, but it's a good fit. It really is a good fit. And the colleges love it. So if that gets people using our favourite box, that's fine by me.
Absolutely, quite right. Now, putting together this taster day for your workshop just a few weeks ago, that must have taken a lot. How did the audience take to the sessions?
Yeah, I must admit, an all-day workshop takes a bit of doing, to be honest, because you don't know what the audience is going to be like. Are they going to be all RPG programmers? Are they going to be all some other developers? Are they going to be just sales staff? So it's very difficult, really, to be honest, But I got one of the feedbacks was, it's definitely worth the trip for this workshop alone. So, I mean, that's everything, It's great to get feedback, but when it's like that, it's great to know that my things are being passed on. No. So, yeah, well happy with that.
Excellent. Now, what do you think are the main benefits of using modern languages such as Python and PHP against the perhaps more traditional languages of RPG and COBOL?
It's all using the right tool for the job, to be honest. RPG has been great. I mean, I've been using it for 40 odd years, so it can't be that bad. But some things in RPG, very, very good, very, very easy. But there's some other things that is very difficult too, and Python does things, in its stride, sending an email, using a web service. Yeah, I know we can do this in RPG, but it's a lot easier in Python. So it really is picking the right one, right tool for the job. If that's open source, so be it.
And how do you think that businesses can leverage it, open source, Python, PHP, to help modernize their business?
Yeah, of course they can. Yeah, they can do it in stages. They don't have to go, just say, line in the sand. From now on, we're going to use open source. RPG is still there. As long as the box is there, RPG will be there. So, we've got companies that have been using RPG right back to the System 36. So we can't just go in there and replace all that and rewrite it in Python. No, keep your RPG. It's great at doing the back end stuff. But for the front end, use Python. Use the tools for the job. That's what it's all about.
No, absolutely. Now, based upon what you said earlier with your workshop and not knowing actually how big an audience would be in sales, perhaps marketing, or indeed in RPG, what do you think is the learning curve for someone in RPG, for example, on Node.js, PHP, and Python?
It's a different game completely, where we're talking about libraries and source files and having to compile it. You really have to forget about that and just go back to your programming skills. So once you got your programming skills, you know what a variable is, you know what a loop is. All these languages are going to use those, so that's nothing different. You're still a developer, whether it's RPG or it's Python or it's PHP, whatever. So you can pick up this language. I did it, so I'm sure anybody else could, to be honest. It doesn't take a lot. There's a lot of help out there. I mean, we've been doing our training courses for 30 odd years now, so get in touch.
You talked about there's a lot of help out there, a lot of resource. One of those resources, of course, is you yourself, and you are the editor and lead writer for the very terrific PowerWire blog. So could you please provide our audience with some details on how to find it? And, well, if they're not subscribed, they should do already, what they're missing out on.
Yeah, PowerWire's been around a hell of a long while now. I mean, it goes right back to the beginning of the IBM IAs, 400 days, whatever. And we normally get 2 or 3 articles a month that people out in the field, the real users, write blogs on. It's a blog page, really, for a better word. So, but there's some great articles on there. We've just had our 600th article written this month, so a bit of a milestone, but there's some great articles out there. I'm sure it's been covered. We provide a monthly newsletter once a month. Sign up for that on the front page, powerwire.eu. We won't spam you. We haven't sold the list on, and we won't. So it's just 1 email a month. That's all you're going to get from us. But it's been fun.
Fantastic. And congratulations on your 600th post there. Terrific achievement. And Andy, thank you again for joining the IBMI update.
No problem, mate. Keep in touch.
Thank you very much. And my thanks to Andy for joining me. So that's it for this month's update. For more like this, please see our blog on the Proximity website. But for now, I'm Andrew Nicholson. We're Proximity, the IBMI partners that are in your corner. We'll see you next time.